What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite host and jealous hater Apoc, and welcome back to the channel. So as you all know, everyone's favorite YouTuber family and couple just broke up. And believe it or not, they're still living together. Because, you know, that wasn't a problem before. But anyways, today's masterpiece is responding to your questions about our breakup. Where it's definitely more of Kira defending herself rather than actually answering any questions. Go figure. But there's really not much else to say, so we'll start with a chit chat and we'll just get to it.
Okay, we're back. I did not expect to be making this video so soon. I actually filmed a vlog yesterday and I wanted to upload that first, but you guys have so many questions that we're like, alright, we need to address some things.
You sure do, champ. We got left on the cliffhanger though, at the end of a season. We don't even know who Kira f***ed around on Oscar with.
I think the next time that we film a video in the kitchen, it needs to be a positive video.
Yeah, for real. Yes.
She talks about positivity while her kid is literally behind her in the background of this video based around mommy and daddy breaking up. Bruh. Mind you, they don't even plan on telling the kids anything. They're just gonna let them think that all is Gucci and that nothing is wrong, while dad sleeps in another room downstairs while mommy brings home randoms for her OnlyFans.
So I kind of thought that we would start, I have a bunch of notes on my phone of things that I wanted to address from the last video and the reactions from the last video.
Keep in mind that they don't actually address everything. In fact, they seem to leave out the hard-hitting questions, like what did Oscar and Hannah talk about, what's the actual context to that, or why was Kira cuddling up with another guy, where it was also implied that Kira cheated on him. I don't know, man, the way I see it, when big details like this are left out, usually that means there's some truth behind it, and they have no justifications for it, so they stay silent, hoping that it'll all just go away.
And the first thing I want to say is that, Oscar and I are in a very good place, and I don't want to speak for both of us. People get very mad that I speak for both of us.
As she speaks for both of them.
You need to speak for yourself.
Okay, considering the circumstances, yes.
Okay.
I think we're in a good place.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I get the whole we're in the good place thing. I mean, just look at the situation. Nothing has changed outside of them sleeping in the same bed. And that has nothing to do with them being intimate either, because that ship sailed a while ago.
And Oscar's just like that. Oscar, I'm not trying to talk over him or say his feelings. Oscar and I just express ourselves differently, and he's much more like this. He stares out the window and thinks while I talk. He's muting me out right now.
Only in serious situations.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, wasn't that the original issue, that Oscar doesn't listen and he's not a present partner? And he's way more vocal in this video, whereas the other one, he did seem to be a little out of it and still in denial, and at one point got mad.
These are awkward conversations to have. You don't really know what to say, and you don't want to say the wrong thing, especially on the internet with all the backlash. So
then just keep it off the internet. It's really the simplest of things, Kira. Why do vloggers act like that they're being forced to make these videos? They choose to push this crap out for money and for affirmations, and then complain about the backlash later. And let's be clear, she definitely said a lot of wrong things in the last video.
I'm not letting him speak. You can speak.
Well, geez, Kira, thanks for permission.
Okay, but yes, we are in a really good place. We have fun together all day. We make jokes together all day.
Bro, in the breakup announcement video, she talks about how they don't get along, how they don't have fun together, how they don't have the same interests or hobbies or adrenaline rushes or whatever, right? But now she's saying the opposite after being broken up. This is just so confusing. Kira, which is it?
This morning I told him my nipples were hard, and he went to grab and was like, and it's funny. We have banter. We're in a good place, considering.
Yes.
Just wait until he brings home another girl. Then we'll see just how peachy Kira is with that sort of situation. Pretty sure hard nipples aren't going to define your circumstance to be in a good place.
But we are happy, and we have, this is I know it's new to you guys, but it's not necessarily brand new to us it is on the internet.
Yes, because this toxic relationship, very toxic relationship, has been going on for years. I know Kira said that it was only a year's time or whatever, but it has been proven time and time again by their own words and content that she's been wanting to end things for years. I mean, all you have to do is watch. Go to this episode of her podcast and listen. She literally states that there was a time where they were on the brink of breaking up because Oscar was being too pushy about sleeping with her while she was in extreme pain from all her pregnancies and having her babies. And this was a couple years ago. This has been going on. So forgive us for all the confusion, Kira. You guys claimed happiness while actually being unhappy, but who are now claiming it yet again, but this time being broken up, but none of the logistics have changed at all. Make it make sense.
Well, it is shocking, and we
Yes.
were sad at first. Both of us were.
Yeah.
It was a lot at first, so you gotta remember, like.
Well, we couldn't even upload. Like, I laid in bed forever.
No, she did not. Days after breaking up, she went on Instagram Live and was acting like everything was Gucci, and even denied being broken up with Oscar. In fact, she made it so clear, even though it was almost a week since the breakup. Let's also not forget that this video is roughly 2 weeks after the breakup. Not to mention, in the first video she stated that she wanted to announce this earlier, but it was too fresh or something like that. And after that point, Oscar was in Florida for like over a week. So the only time she had to announce this was either before or after he got back. She admitted to at least trying to announce this breakup literal days after it happened, because within days Oscar was gone, and then not even 2 weeks later she's laughing about it.
Like, I've been processing these emotions and stuff. So no, I didn't get on camera and I'm like laughing as I broke up with him. Like, that's how it's portrayed.
It's being portrayed that way because that's what literally happened. You did that. You came on here, and from the jump, the very first thing you do is clap, sing a song, and laugh the entire video. You even asked him if he was gonna cry, then laughed about it. Really wouldn't call that being all into your feelings. The chick was trying to get him to sleep with other women roughly 10 days after breaking up, after a 7-year relationship and having 4 kids, even down to giving him tips on how to do it. But hey, you know, everyone copes differently. Maybe this is how she's processing the split. Can't get out of bed one day, but the next she's jumping for joy.
I don't even remember what I said exactly, but like saying that we've been having problems for a year. People are assuming that a year ago I knew we were not going to be together.
Okay, so it's not an assumption. We have proof. In mid-2020, over a year ago, that Kira didn't think that her and Oscar would last, which is why she didn't want to get her tubes tied.
Is this Oscar's choice and not yours? But yes, it is Oscar's choice to have, I almost said a C-section. You're not getting one of those. A vasectomy, yes, so that he can no longer have kids. It is his choice. Hence why a lot of people are like, why aren't you just getting your tubes tied since you're already going to be in surgery?
I don't understand.
The answer is because I am not making that choice for myself. If you want to make the choice to not have kids for the rest of your life, that's fine. I'm not making that choice. And that's kind of hard to explain because obviously if I'm with Oscar, I'm making that choice, which is true. If we stay together forever, then yes, which is the hope, obviously. But if we do stay together forever, then yes, I'm making that choice with him. But I will not make altercations to my body based off of things that he wants just in case it doesn't last.
Which is perfectly fine. That's her choice. I respect it. But don't sit here and act like we don't have these receipts to back up our claims or assumptions or speculations. We can debunk everything you say, Kira. Not to mention, like I said about our podcast, she states that we're on the brink of breaking up. So no one is assuming anything. We are using the facts that you've provided.
That is not the situation, and I actually talked to Oscar about this off camera to make sure he didn't feel this way.
Okay. So imagine, right, making a breakup video and then choosing to push it out to randoms on the internet where you state and claim certain things that the other is completely unaware of, or how they feel about the breakup in general, and then you have to finally ask them how they feel about their feelings and their emotions or their thoughts, but only after getting griefed and backlash online. Bruh. This means they never actually sat down and discussed this off camera. She told us that she felt a certain type of way about Oscar for a year's time, while Oscar didn't even know that anything was going on until late November. And then she asked him if he felt like she wanted to leave a year ago. That literally means in that year and up to the breakup, they never said a word to each other about anything. There was no communication at all. Oscar thought everything was fine because Kira bottled up all her issues with him while also gaslighting him into believing that things were okay. Shit, more than okay, that things were perfect. By posting that online, literally the same month she flipped the script on him, she posted about her life and how it was like a dream. It really seems that Kira is the type to just expect a guy to know that there's an issue, even if she says there's not one.
No, I don't feel like Okay, this is another hard one for me to answer because I didn't realize anything up until like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, like I said, no communication.
So that's my fault in the relationship to not pick up on like, hey, Kira's struggling. This is what she's going through because it takes two people. So that was my bad, and that's why I was so shocked by that.
He's right, it does take two people, but how in the hell are you supposed to pick up on things when Kira didn't speak up or act like anything was wrong, and even made TikToks about how the life she lives now was her younger self's dream to live? I mean, talk about confusing. And on another note, Oscar can say this all he wants, but he was comforting Hannah, and no matter what the context is, even if it's just that simple, it is pretty insensitive and inconsiderate of him as a partner to pay attention to care for someone who is not his partner while his partner is going through her own depression, and him just ignoring that.
I'm trying so hard not to interrupt. I'm so bad at it.
I know, it's okay. It's just you. Dude, just be normal. Who cares?
Well, I'm trying, but people go berserk like it's their full-time job or something.
I'm so sorry about that too.
I mean, it's not full-time. It's actually more of a side hustle, but you know, go off.
People also don't like that I touch you.
Oh, really?
It's
Why?
mixed signal.
Oh, yeah. No, guys, it is done.
Don't touch my mans, Kira.
No, guys, it is done. Like,
Whoa. I mean, it is, but relax.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Yeah, Oscar, chill the F out.
Wasn't this the same girl in the last video who claimed that Oscar is the right person for her, but it's just like the wrong time to be together? You know, after 7 years, 4 kids, a home, and 2 businesses. But then she proceeded to tell him to not get his hopes up at all because it will never be the right time. Cool. Sorry, Kira. He's only doubling down on what you said.
So we kind of talked about that, and to be honest, like, I love Oscar. He is a great person, a great dad, a great fiance, all the things.
Anything else?
LOL. Hear that, guys? Oscar is just this amazing guy, this amazing dude all around. He's a great father, a great partner, and his character should not be put into question at all. And yet, she doesn't want to be with him. What the hell? And if that's truly the case that Oscar is just so amazing, then why were there any problems to begin with? You cannot say in the same breath that he has good character and that he's also a great partner while also using all that as the main reasons as to why you broke it off with him. It doesn't work like that.
One of the really big problems is you never noticed things. And so a year ago is just, it's not when I knew I wanted to leave. It's just when I started to really struggle with like, why don't you pay attention? Why don't you care? Or just the issues that I had with him. And he also had issues with me.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee that the same issues he had with her were the same exact ones that she had with him. But you know, she's on here complaining about all that while literally doing the same things to Oscar. He didn't even know what was wrong until it was too late. He didn't even get a chance. But that's not because he didn't care. It's because Kira told him it was okay, but just expected him to know that it wasn't okay. Also, you gotta love how she's talking about this now, but not during a time where they were actually having an issue.
That's when I started to just feel defeated, but that's not when I like decided, oh, I'm done with him, and then I stayed with him for a year. Like, if you guys know me at all,
that's literally exactly what she did. Feeling defeated means you are literally done with something, someone, or a situation. It means you've been dealing with something, some sort of BS over time, and now you're at your wit's end. So when she says a year ago is when she started to feel defeated, that means something has been going on for a while now, way past a year. And to be frank, I believe that she's always wanted to leave Oscar for years, but only now decided to actually go through with it. I mean, they've both stated before the only reason that they're together is because of the kids. But in this situation, it did take an entire year for this to happen because she was too much of a coward to just communicate. I mean, she admitted to trying to sabotage the relationship so that Oscar would be the one to break it off instead of her. Is that why she got those pair of cats? Knowing he might freak out because he's allergic and has stated that he doesn't want any pets. Was this the sabotage that she was talking about? She has claimed that she is terrified of Oscar. She is fearful of his reactions. So if that is true, if she's really scared, trying to sabotage the relationship would be the only thing that would make sense as to why she got the cats in the first place, because why else would she get them otherwise?
the second I know I'm done, you'll know I'm done. Like, I'm not I don't linger.
No.
Says she doesn't linger while admitting to lingering for an entire year. And the same girl who wants to keep the engagement ring even though she's supposed to give it back because it didn't pan out. Not to mention sabotaging the relationship thing. Trying to get Oscar to break up with her. That is a literal linger. And you know, this is always one of my favorite lines from YouTubers.
Like you guys know me.
But we don't know you though. We all thought we did until this breakup. I mean, Kira was defeated, as in done for a year, yet push out the idea that her life and relationships were perfect, even giving advice and tips on it, within that same time that she wanted to leave him.
The next thing, kind of to go hand in hand with that, is the vasectomy. This is so wild. So wild.
Bothers you, yeah.
This one actually infuriates me.
Infuriates her, but Oscar's just peachy.
I never asked Oscar to get a vasectomy. I did not want him to get a vasectomy. I wanted more kids, and I highly encouraged he didn't get the vasectomy.
So why is she acting like Oscar made this decision to get the vasectomy based from not wanting any more kids, but the real reason why is because the doctor literally told her that she can't have any more babies because of having too many close together and it her body up royally, which also caused her to miscarry. She didn't highly encourage anything. All she said was that she's not going to be the one to get her tubes tied, which I say I'm cool with it. You know, I respect that. It's her body, her choice, right? But she did that because she wants future babies, even if it's not with Oscar. That's what she said a year and a half ago.
Oscar had to have a vasectomy. He was going to do that no matter what.
Yes, and this is not...
Has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with you. This is not your fault at all.
Actually, it does have everything to do with her. The entire point of him getting the vasectomy is to keep her from getting pregnant whatsoever, for many, many reasons and excuses. But yes, Kira, it is directly about you.
Although I did make the decision thinking we were going to be together forever. Not that I want any more kids or that I want other kids with other people right now. I think I made the right choice as of right now. And I think forever. I don't know, like, I have 4 kids. Like,
I mean, I get it. But he seems pretty undecided here. And what happens if he gets another girl and she wants babies? Then it's gonna be a whole thing with time and money and maybe even some regret too. And to be real, the biggest problem people had with the whole vasectomy thing wasn't even about the actual vasectomy. It's that he got it in a time where he thought that everything between them was okay, while Kira was on the brink of breaking it off.
Guess what? If you change your mind,
you can reverse it. Will I?
You can? No, you're lying. Oh, I touched you. Sorry.
What a B word. Yeah, but then he actually does kind of have to go out of his way to do so. And like I said, it will take time and money. And who knows? He may not even have the means to reverse it if he changes his mind, which means he is now stuck with it because he made a decision thinking he was going to be with Kira forever. And that's the issue.
Yeah, that one, like, I don't mean to be so, like, what's that word where I'm being a bitch, basically, but that one makes me so angry because I never, like, I'm getting so much, like, backlash for that, and I did not want that.
That's not why she's getting backlash.
And hence why I did it.
Yes.
Because you wanted more kids. Like,
yeah, he asked me to get that, and I said no.
But I thought Oscar had to get it. Why is he asking?
I don't want to get, I'm like also weird about bodily things. It had nothing to do with having more kids in the future. It was more so just like, I'm weird about bodies.
Yes, it literally had to do with having more kids in the future. That's what you said.
I don't want to make that choice for my body.
Because you would have more kids if you could. Now we have to spend extra money because you might not want to be with me forever and have more kids with somebody else. That's fine.
He wanted 2 kids and I wanted 6. Therefore, we have met in the middle as a couple and we are having 4, and he will make the choice to get a vasectomy because that is what we have agreed upon.
Like I said in my last video, man, Kira is a walking contradiction. Let's also not forget that she was cut open on the table when having all her babies. If she has such an issue with those type of things, then why the hell does she have so many of them? Funny how when these people have all these issues, they seem to disappear when there's a paycheck behind it.
And the only reason why I asked you is because you were already, like, it was already going to be during your C-section. I didn't want you to go out of your way to get the surgery or whatever, but since I was like, hey, why not? If you're gonna be open already, yeah, and they just have to quickly do it, why not do it all at once? And when you were like firm on no, I was like, oh, then I need to start thinking of a contraceptive because
Yeah.
what we're doing ain't working. It kept giving us more kids.
To be fair on Kira's part, Oscar wasn't very understanding when it came to her decision with her body. In my opinion, he was actually very pushy about it and was pretty much just disrespecting her wishes.
I didn't want that. So that's very inaccurate, and that one's very frustrating to me because it's just not true at all.
Nope, already debunked that.
And then kind of with that being said, I made a joke or a comment about having a 5th baby, and people are like, I cannot believe that she would joke about a 5th baby or Oscar hooking up with other people. And I think
At this point, it's okay.
No, it's actually not, because it wasn't even a joke. Kira was actively trying to get him to sleep with other women because men need that sort of thing, or whatever she said. And this was literal days after breaking up. So that's why people are pissed off and confused, because you claim it was a joke while also admitting you were giving him advice on how to sleep with other women and encouraging that. That's the only thing you were encouraging, was him sleeping with other women.
I've come to the acceptance of it, like this relationship is over, so I think those jokes are fine.
One would think that after 7 years, 4 kids at home, and starting businesses together, and all the ups and downs they've been through, that these jokes would be highly inappropriate, at least for the time that they're in. Especially because Oscar said it was a shock to him, and Kira was all up in her feels or whatever. To be frank, there's only one conclusion here. They were both checked out a long time ago.
what I am trying to get
Express.
through is that Oscar and I, again, like I said in the beginning of this video, have a very different type of humor than a lot of people.
Cheating's funny.
We don't like that kind of humor, Kira, so keep it off the internet.
And we, behind the scenes, since we've kind of come to terms with where a relationship or friendship is, have made these jokes. In fact, that was like a very minor joke compared to the things that we're saying to each other.
Kira joked about other dudes rubbing up on her. Can't really imagine that the comedy can get worse from there.
These are the things that we say to each other. Oscar talks to me about hooking up with guys, like,
What?
No. Oh, I thought you meant me hooking up with guys. I'm like, wait, what? But you hooking up with,
I
yes.
thought you were about to straight up lie right now.
I was like,
and I
wait,
could
what?
punch you in the face. No, like, we are making these jokes together. They're jokes. It's fine. Like, I don't understand.
Because they're not jokes, we have already established this. It's not that hard of a concept to understand. We would get it if this was 6 months down the road and Oscar was moved out, but this is so fresh. And it is kind of leaving a sour taste in people's mouths, because your kids know nothing. They think everything is normal still. You are not planning on telling them. And they are literally behind you in this video, eavesdropping to what you're saying, which is going to confuse the hell out of them. It is just really sad that people like us care way more about how their children are going to feel about the situation than they actually do. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's about it. Now, obviously, I didn't cover everything, and there's a lot more to this Q&A. But this is it for now. I'll have more out soon. But until then, my little cutie pies, I'll catch you on the next one. Okay, bye.